What is happening, you guys? Welcome back to Let's Go Win podcast. You're here for a Tuesday tune-up, and you have a wise guest. He is going to bring so much knowledge today. I'm fired up. Aaron Walker's mission is to help men transform their lives. His leading core value, relationships matter most, serves as the compass to uncover what they truly want in life and set their goals to achieve success and significance on their journey. Having served his community for more than 43 years as an entrepreneur of multiple businesses has taught him to have no excuses, make it amazing, and that everything is figure-outable, which I love that because it's a word in a sense. But today we're going to learn how to use our core values as a filter for daily living, and your daily habits will feel more like breathing than it is working. Brother, I love all that. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, JM, you set the bar high, man. You come out of the gate swinging. So hopefully I can deliver at least one nugget for your listeners today. So thank you for having me as your guest.
It's my pleasure, brother. I mean, there's no doubt you bring a ton of value, a ton of knowledge, wisdom. And I guess when we talk about your daily habits will feel more like breathing than working, I love that is in that I want habits. I want them, the positive ones, that is, that routine. I want it not to be hard for people. I want their automatic response to be positive. So how do we go about that, brother, to make that so seamless?
Yeah, I think it can only be seamless over time, JM, and it's that we've got to be willing to subject ourselves to the scrutiny of other people that know us well to help us get to that point. It's a mindset shift, really. We've got to get to a place to where we enjoy doing what we do. 43 years this year. This is our 14th company that I've owned over 4 decades. And I can't always say that I enjoyed every single thing that I did, but once I didn't enjoy it, I sold it and started something else. Life is too short to do things that we dread. We have these golden handcuffs, that we get in. We do it every single week, and we're just praying for Friday to get here so they can enjoy the weekend. And I'm like, man, I want to enjoy each day, not just the weekends, right? I want to get up excited, motivated, and enjoying what I'm doing each and every day. Listen, this is not a trial run. This is our life right now. We're living it. And life is just too short not to do the things that we really enjoy. I love it where they talk about in the book Mindset, how you want to be in a growth mindset, not in a fixed mindset. And he talks about operating in our zone of genius, not in our zone of competence. Like, I can do certain things, but it doesn't give me energy. I want to do things that motivate me, things that get me out of bed excited, because when I do that, I can habitually do it each and every day. And it takes little effort because I'm enjoying it. I'm thriving. I'm really operating at a level where God has created me to be in this zone of genius, not just pushing through in order to get a paycheck. So what you've got to do is start out really diving deep, doing a personal assessment on yourself, really finding out what your zone of genius is, and then work from there. And the habits become much easier.
Well, 43 years, brother. What, you started pretty young, because you
18.
You look good, brother. I gotta say,
I feel good.
Well, maybe that's part of your habits, is taking care of yourself.
I do, yeah.
In order to do, I mean, you said 4 companies or 14 companies in 43 years.
Yeah.
My math says that's just over 4 every 10 years.
Yeah.
What were those habits that allowed you to do so much? I mean, most people aren't going to sit back and say, oh yeah, I did 1 company, I did 2. 14, brother, that is putting in work.
Yeah, because I enjoy working, first of all. And I made some real mistakes, JM, early in my career. Started my first company when I was 18. Got married 2 weeks out of high school, right? I waited for Robin to graduate. I was a year ahead of her, and then she was 18, barely. She just turned 18 in March. We got married in June. And we both come from a very poor family. And I said, Robin, we may never get this opportunity again. We need to really delay gratification, pour all the money back into the company. And I was able to build a company in 9 years that we sold to a Fortune 500. And it's because we were very consistent. We were Our habits were very strong. It was the consistency of working each and every day, and I wanted to make something of myself financially. And so we had these habits of doing what we were supposed to do each and every day. A lot of people will do things for a sprint. They'll go out and they'll do something and they won't get the results that they want and they quit. And I coach people all over the world. And oftentimes when I'm coaching people, they'll say, well, I tried this for 6 weeks and it didn't work. And I'm like, 6 weeks? I wear shirts longer than 6 weeks. What are you talking about? Like, we've got to have a plan. We've got to have a mission statement. We've got to have a vision. We've got to execute each and every day. Like, they say, I'm tired. I said, well, you got to leave everything on the field. It doesn't matter. You get tired. But if you really want it, you're really focused on it, you can really accomplish that goal. Plus, I have people around me. I have accountability partners. I have mastermind groups that I've been involved in for decades. And I really put myself out there. I'll say, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what I want you to hold me accountable for. And when I go to that group every week, they ask me those questions. And I don't want to go in there and be a loser. I don't want to go in there and say, no, man, I didn't do it this week. I was playing video games, or I slept in till 9 o'clock. I don't want to be that guy. And so I ask for the accountability. And when you do that each and every week, it becomes a habit because you have identified your goals. You know exactly what your vision is. You've created your core values. You have your mission statement, and you go for it. And it's because I want to live life to its fullest. I don't want to coast. I brought home a CJM when I was in the 7th grade on my report card. My mom looked at it and she said, never again. I said, what do you mean? And she said, this C. And I said, Mom, that's average. She said, do you know what average means? And I said, what? She goes, you're just as close to the bottom as you are the top. And you're above average and you can do this. And it really instilled in me the values of giving it your best. That's the reason my second core values make it amazing. I want to make everything I do amazing so that I can be proud of it, so that other people want to be involved in it. And if you use these core values as a filter, it just helps you accomplish your goals, and it makes everything you do a habit.
Well, you mentioned your second core value, and immediately I thought of putting myself back as an 18-year-old. I didn't think the way you thought, brother. Let's just be honest. I wasn't getting married, and I certainly wasn't starting a company that before I reached 30, I sold to a Fortune 500. That's remarkable. So I guess my question is, I have a couple.
Yeah.
A, what are the core values that you do possess? Because I love that you listed number 2. I'm curious how many you have, because you know them off the top of your head.
Yeah.
And I want to help that 18-year-old maybe listening that says, look, maybe whether college is my path or it's not, it doesn't really matter. What are some core habits that I can put into play to have such great success so early?
Yeah, I may go on to a little bit of a rant here. It's not just the 18-year-olds that need to hear this. It's the 40-year-olds that need to hear it, that have never established what their core values are. And you've really got to think about yourself and what you stand for. And my mom was a big encourager when I was a kid. You know, she would always say, can't, couldn't do it, but could, did it all. And I hated that saying as a child, but I adopted it as a life mantra, because when you think you can't, you won't. But when you think you can, you will. And so for me, it's like, hey, I'm going to accomplish this, right? I'm not going to let myself off and say, I'm going to try. Maybe it's no, I'm going to do that thing. And then I surround myself with people with similar like-mindedness. And so core values for me is the filter by which I make all decisions. Every company I've ever owned, the relationships matter most. It doesn't matter if I'm providing a service or I'm selling a widget. The relationship, the person matters most. And so you've got to keep that at the forefront of your thoughts, because if you're just doing it for the money, it's not going to last long. But man, when you're doing it for the relationship, you're involved in that relationship with your spouse, with your kids, in your community, in your church, in the civic organizations that we've been participating in. When the relationships matter most, people know it. Because the only thing people remember is how you make them feel. That is the only thing people are interested in, is how you make them feel. The second core value I've already mentioned, make it amazing. Like, I don't want to halfway do it. When we were in retail, my stores were immaculate. They were clean. Customers got waited on. Like, Robin and I went to a restaurant last night. I was so angry by the time I left because they never said, thank you, please, can I help you? The place was messy. I'm like, I can't wait to get out of here because they didn't even care. And I'm like, man, how can you not care? Like, you're providing a service for people. You should be polite and say, thank you. And may I help you? And can I get you something else? And I'm sorry that we're out of this. Can I get a replacement? Like, where is that gone? We really thrive on this as a company. We teach our company, our team members, to have this disposition and this attitude. It's like Chick-fil-A. While they own 3,000 stores, they do good because they say, it's our pleasure to serve you. They want to make it amazing. That's why they're crushing it today. Our third core value is no excuses. Like, I hate excuses. Don't give me an excuse. Own it. Whatever it is, just go, you know what? I didn't do it, and I'm going to do better next time. Don't throw out an excuse. In the introduction, JM, you made reference to the word figureoutable. Everything is figureoutable. Our team knows when they come to me, if they've got a problem, they better be providing some type of solution or at least an idea. As a matter of fact, the word figureoutable is a word.
It is. Okay.
Go look it up. It is a word. Everything is figureoutable, right? If you really want to do something and you adopt that mindset, hey, we're going to crush it. I'm going to make it work. It's going to be amazing. We're going to figure it out. Like, I get amped up. I can run through that wall when I start thinking about that kind of attitude, and I surround myself with people that do that. My last core value is truth before opinion. I'm a Christian by faith. I accepted Christ when I was 9 years old. And for me, truth is God's word. And that's where I run every decision through. If it doesn't align with that, I have to rethink it. And so your opinion is important to me, but first and foremost is truth. And so when you have a set of core values, you can weigh every decision that you do with that core values. And if it doesn't fit in that core value, we don't do it or we change it. Recently, one of our mastermind members in Iron Sharpens Iron really pissed me off. I mean, this guy made me so mad. He called me and he said, Big A, I want to talk to you about the birthday card that you sent me. And I said, okay. I was expecting him to go, wow, man, that was so cool. Thank you for sending me that. He said, it's really not amazing. And I'm like, what? What I wanted to say, JM, is, well, who else sent you a birthday card? Is what I wanted to say. But he said, I know your core values. And he said, I know that your team is sending these out. They're automated. And he said, it looks pretty cool, but I know there's no meaning behind it. And inside, I'm boiling. I'm like, oh, I can't believe the audacity of this guy. You know, he calls me up and he calls me out. And then I went to our team and I said, you know, the truth is they're not amazing. So here's what we're going to do from now on. We're still going to go through the automated process, and we're going to grab the pictures and we're going to put it on it. We're going to customize the cards. Their name is embossed on it. And then my team brings it to me, and I sit here at my desk once a month and I write a handwritten note in every single card that goes out to our 150 members. And I get call after call after call saying, Big A, I can't believe you took the time to do this. We do it on their anniversary as well. We put their wives and the man's name on it, pictures of them we steal off the internet, and we make an incredible card. And then I do a handwritten note. Now they're amazing. And now we're getting notes and comments back like we've never gotten before. See, it takes effort. It takes a lot of time, but it makes an indelible impression.
Well, I love that last one because, again, your initial reaction was, ow, that's not very nice on your part. But then you looked and saw this is actually valid feedback, right? Sure. But so often we get that, but we don't hear it because maybe it's not a core value like yours. You said truth over opinion, correct?
Sure, exactly.
And so my question to you is, how often, because you recited those 4 core values, no problem. I've had people say, I have my values. And I'm like, great, what are they? And they're like, they'll have 10 of them. You can't remember 10. So how often are you reciting or really looking at those core values, Aaron?
Every day. Every day. Our team does it every day. When we have team meetings, they have to give us wins related to the core value. Every team member knows those core values just like I gave them, right? Every single team member in every decision that we make. We use this as a filter. Hey, how is this making relationships matter most? Is it amazing? Are we doing the very best thing that we can do? Like, are we using excuses in order not to do this amazing? And if it's something that's a real hairy, audacious goal, is it figureoutable? Can we do this? And then how does it align with truth, right? Is it truth, what we're trying to accomplish? And we use that as a filter on every single decision that we make as a company.
Yeah. And it doesn't surprise me you guys talk about it so frequently, because it does make it easier, guys. In business, when you have these things, you literally, like Aaron said, you go down the list. Does it? Check, check, check. And
Right.
if it doesn't, probably not the right decision. Don't do it.
Right.
It's specific to building habits. And, you know, like you said, not only does the 18-year-old, but the 40-year-old needs to hear this. What is your best suggestion of creating these so that it does become just part of who you are? Is there a real skill that you can suggest?
Sure. Charles Duhigg wrote a really good book called The Power of Habit. And if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. We're always talking about things we can't do, and we need to be talking about things we can do. It's like if you're trying to develop better eating habits, you can't say, I can't eat a hamburger. What you can say is, man, I can eat a great chicken salad, right? It's put something in its place. Listen, willpower is an inexhaustible resource. You're going to flame out with willpower. The thing that I've found that helps me more than anything is surrounding myself with non-biased, trusted advisors, people who have alignment in their core values. They know what a mission is. They know what their vision is. They know where they're going. They're not a naysayer. They're an encourager. They point out your superpowers, but they also point out your blind spots, right? I've got blind spots. It wouldn't be a blind spot if I could see it. And that's the thing that always gets us. And so if you want to develop great habits, great strategies to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually, you need to surround yourself with a community. Isolation is the enemy of excellence. And if you want to go far, you got to go with a tribe. You can go fast alone, but if you really want to sustain, you really want to be consistent, you've got to subject yourself to the counsel of the multitude. You've got to get people around you that call you out on a daily basis and walk hand in hand, that walk in lockstep. They have that camaraderie that you can go there together. Plus, it's a lot more fun, JM, when you're going with a group, because now you have let that veil down. You've subjected yourself to them. They can call you out. They can help you. They can encourage you. They can keep you on task until it becomes a habit.
Yeah, I love that. And you're not surrounding yourself with just yes men and women, guys. It's like Aaron said, these are people that are calling you out. Sure. They also celebrate the wins with you. That's the beautiful 100%. Thing.
That's what's so fun. Yeah.
But they're willing to give you the honest truth. Brother, I just want to give you, open forum, anything I didn't ask you that you're like, man, I want to get this off before we kind of wrap up. Anything that I know you have so much in that nugget of yours, but anything that you want to share before we kind of wrap up?
Yeah, I want to encourage the people that are listening to me, not just hear this and go, oh, well, that sounds good for them. Anybody can do what I'm talking about. See, the only thing that we're in charge of 100% is our attitude, right? It's how you go about doing this on your own. And you're like, well, yeah, if I were you and I had all these companies, well, I didn't. I don't even have a college degree. I just barely got out of high school. It's that determination, that grit, that perseverance that pushes you through. I want to maximize my life. I don't want to just live average. I want to leave it all on the field. I want to squeeze every drop out of that towel, right? I want to know when I lay down at night, man, I have given it everything I've got, every bit of my energy. And when you have that attitude, your habits form quickly. You can have a high level of success financially, but you can also have a high level of significance. Really being the giver and not the taker, pouring into other people, helping them accomplish their goals and dreams. And JM, it's just a lot more enjoyable to live your life with this disposition, with great habits, so that you can be successful in every arena of your life. So go out there today and fear missing an opportunity more than you fear failure. Develop an attitude of, hey, I can do this, not I can't do this. and surround yourself with a great community, and you can live a fabulous life of success and significance.
I love that. I mean, look, whether you think you can or can't, you're right. Just like Henry Ford said years and years ago. Aaron, if people wanted to connect with you, they're like, hey, I want to be part of your mastermind. I want to have great people like Aaron in my life. Where can they find you, brother? How can they connect with you?
Yeah, great way is to go to viewfromthetop.com. If you want to get involved in our mastermind, we would love to have you. For the first time in 4 years, we're opening up 3 new groups. And I couldn't be more excited. Man, we've got a community. It's a brotherhood on steroids. It's unbelievable. We're in 4 different countries around the world now. And it is absolutely taking guys to new heights that they've never been before. So I welcome you to fill out an application. There's no commitment. Once you fill out the application, we'll get together. We'll talk through it. We'll see if you're a good fit. If we're a good fit for you, we have thousands probably of references that you can call, check on us. We want to help your life go to that next level. So go to viewfromthetop.com.
Go check them out, you guys. I mean, obviously we got 20 minutes and that was brilliant. 20 minutes that we just did. And Aaron, I just appreciate the way you show up and thank you so much for shedding so many great, things to the audience.
Yeah. Thank you, JM. I really enjoyed being here today. Have a great day. Look forward to talking to many of you.
Awesome. Well, you guys, again, who doesn't want to make life easier? Whether you think you can or you can't. I mean, there's so many great things I took away from this episode in a very short period of time. So go check Aaron out. Absolutely fill out an application. Hopefully it's a good mastermind for you. If not, no big deal. You heard a lot of great things here. And remember, until next time, your mindset matters. Make sure to share this with your friends and family because we want to share great people like Aaron to the world. So until next time, we'll talk to you then. Thank you so much for listening. If this content is delivering value to you, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review us. That helps us build this community, and that is what we are all about. Building this community as big as we can, helping as many people as we can, and deliver as much value as possible. Be sure to head over to letsgowinpodcast.com for information on my coaching courses, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Let's Go Win 365. Let's go win and transcend in life.
This is the Let's Go Win podcast with your host, J.M. Ryerson.